I just figured out the coolest thing in the world. I can take my lens off of my camera. I can put my hand in between my camera lens. I can take it completely off my camera. And my camera still somehow keeps recording. Like, I really don't know what application this has, but it's still really cool.
Corrected every punctuation error. Panoramic views looking more paranormal than ever. Interstellar fantasies on my painkillers to pacify parodies of life. I write passages of light, a paradise of charity and love. Some say it's passe. Hate paradise.
Without a doubt, one of my favorite features of my new place has to be this balcony. Like, especially now that it's almost summer and it's warm outside, you can just sit out here and relax. I mean, seriously, you sit down in a chair, you have the nice sun, you can see the city, drink some iced tea, morning coffee, whatever you're into. The view is great, it's super warm, it's blocked from almost all the wind. I love it. You can look down at the street too, people watch, check out people's cars. You can see a guy waiting for the bus, you can see people leaving lunch, and you can see that sick yellow car over there. Okay, actually, I take that back. It doesn't look nearly as cool closer up. Today's topic, the grind. Big black scuff on my, oh no, there's a hair on my LCD screen. I thought there was a big black scratch on the wall. Okay, that's comforting. I have a small piece of advice for you today. If you're on Twitter or Instagram and you have a friend or someone you just happen to follow that is constantly talking about how much they're grinding, how much they're hustling, how much they're out here making moves in silence, big things come in 2018, 95% of the time, maybe even higher, 99% of the time, they are full of crap. Now, there are some exceptions. I do genuinely know people who just use those words to describe what they're doing, but the vast majority of the time, if you are talking about how hard you're grinding, how much you're hustling, and how big your moves are going to be, you're probably sitting at home wishing you were actually doing something productive. Now, I'm all for hard work and working more than 8 hours a day, working 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours a day to accomplish what you want to achieve, but I think productive use of time and logical and strategical use of time is a lot more important than just grinding and spending as much time you possibly can on something. How many times have you seen on Instagram or Twitter or any social media a picture of someone up at 4:30 in the morning, they have 6 cans of Red Bull crushed beside them, and they're talking about how much they've been grinding and how much work they've been putting in? That's great that people are putting in that work, but I would urge you to put in well thought out, productive work into what you're doing. Here's what I'm talking about. So I could work 10 hours a day, and I could work from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. I could work from 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. or I could work from 10 p.m. until 8 in the morning. All of them is 10 hours. And if I'm working for all those 10 hours, you'd think I would accomplish the same amount of work. Not the case. Scientifically proven that if you work during daylight hours, your body is just programmed to accomplish more. Your body wants to be awake, active, and doing things during the day. It wants to be sleeping during the night. So if you're working from sunrise to sunset, let's say that's a 14-hour day, you are going to accomplish more during those 14 hours than if you worked from 8 at night until who knows when in the morning when it was dark and your body wanted to be sleeping. Now, obviously, if you have a big undertaking, a huge college essay, a big video project, a huge assignment that you have to get done for your boss at work, you might need to pull an occasional all-nighter, but generally having a regular sleep schedule, waking up at 6 in the morning and working at 6 in the morning, you're gonna be way more productive than staying up till 6 in the morning and working at 6 in the morning. The grind is great if you're actually doing it in an intelligent way. For you guys that want sneaker stuff, this is your daily allotment of sneaker stuff. You know how I was talking about me still bringing over some more pairs of shoes? I brought over 3 more pairs of shoes. I'm excited the way my collection is looking. Everything's versatile, everything's something I could wear every single day of the week. Everything is something that just goes with a lot of different shoes and clothes, and this is the first pair of shoes that I brought over. Nothing too special, the white metallic reds. These things are very cool. I've worn these a lot. I actually just cleaned them up this morning at my house before I brought them over because they're super dirty, super dusty. I think I cleaned them up pretty good, and I think they look great. I've honestly still seen these sitting at some Foot Lockers and stuff, so if you want to pick those up, you can probably still find them. Second pair of shoes we got right here is a little bit more fancy, a little bit more special. The Bred Jordan 1s. These things are crazy. I'm so glad that these are finally here. They are finally here in the collection, in the apartment. I needed to clean these up too. They were really dirty. I just didn't want to bring over any dirty shoes. I wanted to clean them all before I brought them here. Nice fresh apartment, bring over some nice fresh shoes. Wow, I still remember camping out 8 hours for these things. Like, to me, that makes it an infinitely more valuable sneaker to me, having the memories behind it and having the memories attached to this specific pair of shoes just makes them a lot cooler. So Bred Jordan 1s, something I obviously had to bring with me. And the final pair of shoes that we brought over is not a Jordan 1, but it is in fact a Jordan 4. The Jordan 4 Oreos, also sweet, also sick, also classic. I mean, I've worn these a bunch too. These are probably 3 of my most worn pairs of sneakers in my collection, and they were really dirty, which is why I haven't brought them over yet. But you see what I mean? Like, the theme I'm going for with my sneaker collection is stuff you can wear every single day, stuff that is versatile, stuff that you could just leave by the door and throw on for a week straight if you wanted to, or you can break out once in a while. I'm really happy with these 3 choices.
Till the pen breaks, particles of passion praying for peace. The world promised American pie, I've yet to get a piece. Patience a virtue, they told me. Am I being penalized for the old me? God showed me the path to phenomenon. Slice of life, give me 2 extra parmesan. Perseverance, I promised my mama less pain. Penmanship, puzzling minds, perception never changed. Traumatized from past battles, trying not to let it overtake.
Do you have a laser level?
Thinking, God, did you
I need to build a shelf.
Night terrors awaken me. Triumphant tragedy, my tainted tale. Tactical career, thriving to fail. I try my hardest, never tardy, so the visions never tarnish. Dreams, talisman of garnet. The melody's therapeutic, my target is in theory. Translation, tranquility from torture, theoretical Siri. Guidance through technological tyrannies. Traverse my verse, I